Shabbat Shalom. Well, 2021 is finally here. First day of the year. This year has to be a better year than the year gone by, no? It's customary at the beginning of the year to make predictions about the year ahead. The end of a period usually causes us to reflect on the period we just lived through and to predict what might happen to us in the period ahead. And that's what happens in this week's Torah portion, Vayechi. These are the final words of the book of Genesis, the end of an era, and true to our expectations, the parsha contains speculation about the new era, the era to come. Jacob, now an old man and on his deathbed, summons his 12 sons to him so that he may bless each of them individually. One final blessing, one final summary of the old man, and this is the end, the last words. The family lives in Egypt, now having been there for 17 years, ever since Joseph persuaded the family to ride out the famine in Egypt, and it's the final moments of Jacob's life. And the Bible describes the scene of all 12 boys gathering around their father's deathbed when Jacob says, "Gather around that I may tell you what will happen," and he uses these words, "B'achrita yamim," which means in days to come, achrita yamim. So all the boys gather around, eager to hear about the future, the days to come. But a strange thing occurs. Jacob goes on to speak with his sons collectively and takes the time to speak with each of them individually, but he never actually predicts what will happen in days to come. He never actually mentions Achrita Yamim. Why not? Well, first of all, it's difficult to make predictions, especially about the future. Jewish tradition tells us that just as Jacob was about to deliver his predictions about Achrita Yamim, what would happen in days to come, the rabbis say the divine presence departed from him. In other words, it's not for human beings to predict what might happen in days to come. Only God knows what will happen tomorrow. We have no idea how 2021 will turn out. Would anyone have predicted how 2020 would have turned out a year ago today? Around this time of year, there's much speculation from learned experts predicting what will happen in days to come in 2021. I read many of those articles. They're interesting to me. But experts can't really predict the future either. Mark Twain wrote that a genuine expert can foretell a thing that's 500 years away easier than he can tell a thing that is 500 seconds away. Yes, some of these predictions come true, but that's often just guesswork. If a man goes around with a prophecy gun, said Twain, he should fire at everything. He's bound to hit something by and by. Judaism was never really big about predictions. Contrary to general impression, the Hebrew prophets did not predict the future. That's not what made them prophets. That's not what a prophetic message is, predicting the future. The prophets warned that if our behavior does not change, these will be the likely consequences of our actions in days to come. But they didn't predict the future. In fact, bold predictions about the future were usually regarded in Judaism as a sign of false prophecy, soothsaying, the ancient equivalent of what would be today tarot card reading. Jewish tradition is emphatic. The future is not some static, immovable state of affairs that we are destined to confront whether we like it or not, or whether we act or not. The future hasn't happened yet. The future can be shaped. The future can be impacted by us, by what we do. Judaism insists that we have free will. There are many things beyond our control. But if we fight hard, some things are within our control, individually and collectively. And even with regard to those things that are beyond our control, we never really know what they are. And so, say our sages, act as if you have influence on days to come. Act as if you can make a difference. Act as if you have free will. As if you can shape your own destiny and influence the collective destiny. Act as if you can influence what happens to you individually and to our society in 2021. And no matter what, no matter how hard has been the year gone by, and no matter how difficult the year ahead may prove to be, think also of the blessings of life. We take most of the things in our lives for granted. We take the big things for granted. We take the little things for granted. We take for granted that the little things we take for granted are little things that can be taken for granted and not big things. Judaism reminds us to take nothing for granted. The first words Jews recite when they wake up in the morning is the prayer, Modeh Ani. I am grateful to you, the living God, for restoring my soul. Then we recite the morning prayers for the ability to see, for enabling us to stand up, for the ability to walk, for the energy to get out of bed, to shake off sleep. We often take these blessings for granted. We do not usually think about them. But anyone who has had surgery, anyone who has had a broken leg or a broken hip, knows what an enormous gift it is simply to stand up straight. Baruch atah Adonai mechin mitzadei gaver. Praised are you, O God, who prepares me to stand up and walk. Anyone who has asthma, anyone who has had COVID last year and had trouble breathing, can identify with the Jewish liturgist who wrote, Modeh ani lefanecha Adon kol haneshamot asher beyado ruach kol basar. As long as I have breath, I thank you, God, the Lord of all that breathes, in whose hand the breath of all creatures resides. The sages emphasize for every breath a person takes, they should thank God. On his deathbed, Jacob said to his beloved son Joseph, who he thought had been killed by a wild animal all those years ago, I never expected to see you again, and God has allowed me to see your children as well. Despite the Parsha's descriptions of the deaths of Jacob, Joseph, and all the descendants who sojourned to Egypt, and that's how Genesis ends. And next week we begin the Exodus story. Despite the deaths of everyone we have come to know in the book of Genesis, in our Parsha, the name of the Torah portion is Vayechi, which means to live. That's what we really want, more than anything else in 2021. To live. Live with hope. Our lives are defined by our aspirations. Woe unto those who have lost hope. Do not lose hope. Never lose hope. May we be blessed in the upcoming year. May it be a good year, an interesting year, one of health, success, prosperity, and peace.